Welcome to the Trades Growth Summit. Today, I have another really special guest to introduce, and we're so excited to have Sean Diljore here, who is the chairman and CEO of simPRO software. So if you don't know simPRO, I know that a lot of you will be using simPRO. Some might be exploring using a job or field management software, right? Well, simPRO is one of the most prevalent softwares out there on the market. It's specific. It helps lots of trades businesses manage jobs, manage their field staff, quoting, and systematize their business. So we're really happy to get that point of view, and what a point of view it is. We went straight to the top. So you will hear it from the horse's mouth. So Sean has got serious experience helping companies to manage growth, expand their businesses, and increase profitability. But he's also a family man, a footy man, and he's passionate about the trades in this industry. So thank you so much, Sean and simPRO, for supporting this event.
Look, thank you so much, Francis, for having us. Look, I'm happy to be here to help for heroes, most importantly. And obviously trades are close to our heart. It's the industry we've all worked in and service, and anything we can do to help out in the industry and be a part of events such as this, we're keen to be involved.
That's great. You guys have been really making your mark and really helping a lot of businesses get a handle on their tech. And so before we sort of get into tech and the detail of tech, a lot of the people we talk to, they have a lot of questions about what tech do I use? Why do I use it? What's a tech stack? What software do I need? How big do I need to be in my business? But, tell me a little bit about the problem in the industry right now that you see. And then on the flip side of that, we can get into like the solutions that technology like simPRO brings to solve those problems.
I'm more than happy to share my viewpoint just of the things we've seen globally. I mean, I play globally in my role, and so you do get a lot of different viewpoints. And I think the coronavirus situation has accelerated the need for every business, let alone trades, to start looking at systemization. And it's accelerated a journey that I think a lot of people are on, and in particular the trade contracting businesses have been on. And so now really, I think it's become a given more than an option. Like looking for some sort of software, depending on your size and your fit and where you are in your journey as a contractor, some sort of software is probably needed, whether it be a time tracking tool just so you can get people used to recording their time when they're out in the field and understanding where they are and what they're doing to allow you to be more efficient in your billing, or whether you're going to go for a full-blown solution, such as ours or others that play in this field. We're sort of at that crossroads now where everyone needs to be looking at how they adopt some part of technology into their day-to-day life.
Mm-hmm. And that we're looking at the world that is changing so fast. Technology is changing the marketplace, and we feel like those businesses that don't adopt technology, they just won't survive very, very long. And where does products like simPRO, where do they fit in? Can you just tell me, why are they so important to help sustainable growth?
Look, that's a great question. And so for a simPRO and products like ours, we look at ourselves as system of record, right? So we are the operational tool that contractors should be using and trade should be using to drive their business forward. We should be allowing them, whether it's our tool or another's, to job cost properly and understand exactly where they're making their money. They should be able to estimate accurately and efficiently out of there to make them win jobs better. But more importantly, when you do the work, make sure you're making some money from the work you're doing. There's no point winning 50 jobs and losing 10 grand. Efficiency is really important now. As the world gets more competitive, as staff and recruitment becomes even more difficult. And I think trades everywhere in the world are realizing it's a struggle. I think every business is, but trades in particular, that the talent coming through is becoming more difficult. Efficiency becomes more and more important. And then, allowing your team to be efficient and to be able to move around and get the jobs done is becoming crucial.
Yeah. And so field management software, is it optional? And what sort of businesses does it suit best? When do you know that you're ready for a field management software?
Well, I think everyone will have a view on this point. And look, I think they are no longer optional. I think every business needs to have some sort of system of record that they're using to drive themselves forward, even if it's just to allow yourself some freedom, to take some stress off your life so that you're not on the tools all day and then you get home and you're scratching around doing paper invoices and trying to post stuff out from an accounting package. Having some sort of semblance where, even if while you're in the van, you can quickly knock something out, or if you're a bigger business, you can have office people knocking this stuff out. I think having a field service management software now is critical to a business being successful. When do you need it? I think there is software that now scales pretty much all life cycles of a trade contractor, from the simple time sheeting when you're really small and you're just starting to get your head around how you're going to use software in your business, to the smaller players that are really good at that, do and charge repeat work and taking payments in the field, to the larger systems such as ours that you need a couple of people in the office and they're going to help you really scale your business and grow it out. There is nowadays something for everyone, no matter what life cycle you are at as a trade contractor.
Yeah. And can you just tell us a little bit more about simPRO in particular, in terms of what, there's different softwares out there, and we in the spirit of abundance, we believe that there's also a lot of different softwares. They're good for certain problems. They have their pros and cons. There isn't necessarily always a one size fits all. So let's talk about simPRO a little bit, in terms of what is unique about simPRO that is different from other field management softwares, but at the same time makes it really special for the right type of businesses that need just what simPRO offers.
Yeah, look, great question. Again, I think our big thing is, we're built for the trades, right? So we've come out of trades, we're built for the trades. And we built around making sure you can cost yourself accurately. We've got good job costing, a really good understanding of whether you're making money or not. But in particular, we're one of the few software providers that runs most of the core workflows, right? If you want to do project work, we do that. If you want to do commercial work, we do that. If you want to do basic residential service, do and charge work, we do that. If you're going to have a huge amount of maintenance stuff, we've got a maintenance planner, we can do that sort of stuff. You're tracking assets, maintaining assets, we've got assets, and we do all that internally. So we're one of the few that does all of the workflows and put a lot of time into developing all of those workflows rather than specializing in just one singular area. Well, the other part for us is we're a global software company. So when we're looking at workflows and how workflows are going to work, we do get the benefit of seeing workflows from around the world and being able to identify where trends are going. And if you're seeing a major trend happening, we like to think that we'd see it pretty early, being in multiple countries around the world, and then we can adapt and try to bring that forward so that all of our customers get the benefit of whatever that trend in the industries may be.
Yeah. I mean, how many customers do you have on your software at the moment globally?
Yeah, so we've got more than 5,000 customers using simPRO globally, and obviously we're growing rapidly. So we've got a good spread of customers across the world.
And do you find that it is do you find the common problems across 100%. The world, around different businesses, like an electrical company, an electrician is the same in Australia, has the same type of workflows that it does in the US? Do you find that consistency?
Very much. Ignoring tax and legislative requirements around safeties or standards, for example, the core workflows that people are doing are very similar, if not the same. So we don't have a separate product in the Australia to the UK to the US. It's the same product.
Right. And I just, I'm curious as well, like from our own product perspective, are you able to, do you deploy workflows? Do you give out workflows for businesses to just, essentially customize and use in their business, or does every business build out a unique workflow for their needs?
Look, we've got the basics built into how simPRO works, right? So when we install, we usually send ICs to site, at least pre-coronavirus we did all the time. Where able, we try to get on site. So it's a mixture of learning what the workflows are that the customer is using and adapting that to fit inside the structure that is simPRO to help A, optimize what they're doing to some extent, and B, make sure they're getting the best utilization out of our system. And so that's pretty much how we attract with that. There's some ability to move around, but we do have a fairly good workflow sitting in simPRO that we like to use with our customers.
Right. Okay. Got it. And so where is what's new? I'd love to maybe either educate or surprise people at the Trades Growth Summit. And I'm wondering if you can sort of give us an insight as to where simPRO is headed next year. Obviously, you guys are most likely always developing on the code base like mad, it never stops, right? So in terms of what's the difference between field management now and where it's going to be in 3 to 5 years in terms of the power, capability, and speed? What does that mean for a trades business?
Look, it's looking to the future and trying to determine how software is going to impact our client bases is something we spend a lot of time on. We invested in Internet of Things really, really early, years ago, way before anyone was probably looking at it. I think it's going to be a big driver of change into the trades, being able to put sensors onto customers' compressors if you're, in air conditioning and in HVAC, and rather than sending someone out to shopping centers to check if temperature is good, being able to identify it, automate jobs, and have a tech go out there before the shopping center even knows it's gone down. Like moving from reactive to proactive maintenance is, I think, going to be a huge shift to the industries and super important. We've spent a lot of time trying to get catalogs and automate those sort of things into our software to, again, provide speed and efficiency gains. But there is a whole bunch of emerging tech around AR and how that's going to work and impact our segments, and a bit of which we've played around with, in the background. There's a lot of things coming out now where you can get, work booklets and walkthroughs on how to fix things and identify things as they come up. So, technology evolves at a rapid pace. Trades tend to take it on a little bit slower than other segments of the market, where we're a little bit more careful to make sure it's something that's actually going to provide value. And so for my money at the moment, looking at what we're seeing as a trend globally, I think there is definitely some moves being made in that proactive maintenance standpoint. And I think that will be definitely something that takes off and allows our client base to create their own recurring revenue stream. So,
definitely service plans and proactive maintenance. Those are a big one, because what we see is that, a lot of businesses and our clients, they're obsessively focused on that one product. Say it's boilers, it's boiler installations, but they're not necessarily thinking about the future, preparing for new revenue models, and also sustainable tech, modular tech, and what's happening next. And I think, software definitely plays a part in helping these businesses capitalize on opportunities that they don't see right now, because they're sort of a lot of business
doing the job.
They're doing the job. They got the blinders on. They'll sell more boilers. It's just more leads and more jobs. And I think what we really want to do is encourage everyone to think more strategically, and because the world is not fixed, the world is not set, and it's constantly changing, right? And so recurring revenue, we're also exploring with AR and video in terms of video consultations and stuff like that. So that's, it's really quite exciting actually to see where some of this tech will take us.
One of the things I love about our industries is, our people work hard, right? They focus on something, they knock it out of the park. They're in it 100%. Their teams are in it 100%. That is their thing, and they're really good at it. One of the things that I like to believe systemization helps you is expanding that out without having to stop being people who work really hard at being the best at what you're doing, allowing yourselves to someone who sells and installs spoilers, but the system also allows you to then set maintenance tasks on that, and you can expand your business automatically into maintenance. So yeah, I'm installing a heap of them, but now I've employed 3 guys who are following along and maintaining those things. All of a sudden your business has got a whole new income stream that, you know, you've got the expertise in already because you install these things, and now you're following along and doing maintenance. And, you know, I think that's where we can help people with systemization. We can start showing them it's not really as difficult as they think to branch their business out and do multi-trade style work and be able to do a bit of do and charge or install work, but also a bit of projects on the slightly larger ones, or be able to do maintenance as well as do and charge. And, you know, that's the bit that excites me about helping people adopt technology.
Absolutely. That excites us as well. And, you know, part of one of the huge reasons why we put together this summit, and this summit focuses a lot on mindset and technology and systems, right? Because this is not necessarily for businesses that want to stay where they are, installing boilers or doing what they're doing. This is to help people dream.
Yep.
Right. It's to help them realize their dreams, because we believe that there isn't enough education and know-how out there. And I had, like, one of the big interviews I did was with Michael E. Gerber, who wrote the E-Myth Revisited. Are you familiar
Yep.
with that book? Yeah, and that conversation changed me, and I hope it will also change everyone who watches it in the Trades Growth Summit, because we want to try and help these trades business owners not think like an electrician or a painter or a plumber anymore, but more like an entrepreneur, right? And I think that a lot of businesses, they get stuck in there believing in this identity that they have. I'm not an entrepreneur, I'm an electrician. I'm not an entrepreneur, I'm a painter. I'm not an entrepreneur, I'm a plumber. And the thing is, what this is all about is actually showing you, well, if you can start to believe you are a business owner, then you can start to put in place, or at least shift your focus to, what do I need to do to grow my business? And it's not another boiler. It's not fitting another boiler. So I guess what I'd be curious to talk to you is, like, you are the CEO of a global software company, and you manage a lot of people, right? So, and it's not about, can you just tell us about what it's like being a CEO of simPRO and managing teams and leveraging people, and how do you get the best out of your staff?
Look, happy to. Systemization is important for every business, and that includes ours. So I'll start it with saying we spent a lot of time and money putting good systems in to allow our business to scale. To run a global software company is really hard in multiple time zones, and people are the crux of everything you do in business. And our business is purely made up of everyone who works here. It's what drives simPRO to be successful, and we spend a lot of time, and I spend the majority of my time with people, making sure that we are going in the right direction, that they have the support they need to grow, building a really strong team around you. And I'm blessed to have, excellent people around me in my executive team who are, experts in their field, who, can give that knowledge and the guidance and support to the people below them. And we've spent and invested a lot of money in building that out. So for me, being a CEO of a global software company, a huge part of it is spending time with people. And what I try to make sure we're focusing our time on is interacting with both the industry, because that's who we serve, but also our internal staff, because I'm a big believer, if your staff are happy and if they're engaged in what you are doing as a business, they will treat your customers in the same manner. And that will help drive your business forward. It will open you to opportunities that you weren't aware of, but one of your staff has stumbled into, and then it allows you to grow that and build that out. And, the people who've worked at simPRO over the years, whether they're still here or whether they're new hires that are pushing us forward, they are the lifeblood of what has driven this business forward.
Yep, absolutely. That's awesome. The teams and people. So
yeah, I guess, to give you a bit of, I spend a lot of time with trade contractors, and I've met some of the most entrepreneurial people you'll ever meet, and they are guys who are running plumbing companies and electrical companies and fire companies, security companies, like some of the smartest, most, you know, intelligent business operators I've ever met work in these industries. And so for anyone out there who doesn't think they are an entrepreneur, if you're running your own trade business, you are one. And the thing that has helped some of these guys grow is building strong teams. And if you devote some of your time to building up the confidence and the skill set of, you know, your core people that sit below you, that you think, hey, I identify this kid's going to be a superstar, right? And you put some time into them, that will help you organically grow your business, because people is what will leverage you forward. Technology will help, and we'll systemize, and we'll help put some structure around it, but it's going to be your people that make the difference between success and failure in your growth. That's
the snippet and the promo for this video, I think, because you know, technology on its own doesn't do anything, right? It doesn't do anything. And you need, it's the people, and more importantly, it's the thinking of people. What am I gonna do with this?
Yeah.
Right.
It's the secret to simPRO growth, right? You know, we've had amazing people work here, and they've helped leverage our business, and we've got amazing people joining us every day. And that, you know, gives you energy when you do get tired, when it's been a long time in a business. Seeing that spark of excitement and energy that comes when you talk to someone new, and the way they approach the business and they look at growth, and yeah, that it refires your mental energy and your passion to go to the next level.
Well, you've said it all. And you know, energy, I think, is like, on a personal note, it is my big overarching theme of the summit, and what I've learned in running my own business, but also what I want to share with others as well, is because you might not have solutions all the time. You might have bad days. You might have economic challenges, personal challenges, but how you show up, you know, the energy that you bring, especially as a CEO, as a leader, right? Your energy probably, it sets the standard for everyone else, right? And energy with relationships, and energy with people, you know, how you approach every meeting and things like that. And so we see in the trades industry in the UK, because this is where we're operating right now, is it can be, and I'm going to generalize, it's not 100% like this, it can be a bit of a low energy, bit of a depressed place. Okay, it was what we've seen, because it's so hard, and people haven't had the education and the mindset. They don't necessarily know how to fix the problems they have day to day, right? And what we're trying to do is say, you know what, your energy, thinking positive, eliminating negativity from your life, and taking care of your body and your state, and bringing that energy to your business, to your day, to the people around you, is the first step in terms of finding solutions.
One of our big things is, you know, I say this to people all the time, you should love what you do, love the people you're doing it with, and love the people you're serving. And if you can't answer yes to all three of those, you should be finding another job. Because that love and that passion you have is what will shine through in the dark times and the difficult times, and is what will galvanize your people together and drive you forward. And that's a huge mantra we live by at simPRO, or at least we try our best to live by. And then I guess from a UK specific term, I've spent a lot of time and a lot of years in this business trying to make sure that there's no class system feeling. Like, it's really important to me that all of our staff can talk to me whenever they want to, that I'm accessible. This morning, we had a fireside in the UK that had every single staff member in a meeting with my executive team and myself, where they could ask whatever question they wanted about anything that's going on in our business, and we answered it. And, you know, being able to spend time and talk to even the, you know, lowest person in your org chart, that, you know, Sparky, who's a brand new and apprentice, spending time with them, that's the difference maker between scaling really fast and being a standard business, right? Get outside your door, get out of your office, get off the tools for 10 minutes and spend some time with the people, and you'll find gold everywhere in your organization that can scale.
Yeah, and I guess what you're also alluding to there is the culture, right? Is the company culture that you try to instill. It can be hard to do when you're in such a big organization, especially it's global, not everyone's together. I've worked for a $3 billion company, global head of digital. I come from that, right? And it's I think that the challenge is that the senior leadership team, they might have the best intentions to create an atmosphere of collaboration and communication, but because you have so many, it's hierarchical inevitably, and you have so many different layers like an onion, right? Before you get to the crux of the
Yep.
day-to-day work, it can be hard to do in practice as
It
well.
is 100% hard to do, and you will never get it right. And it will take consistent energy and effort, but it's worth it. And our company has had plenty of issues and dramas over the years. We still got issues and dramas, and that will never change because we're talking about people, and people are not robots, and there will always be things. And the key to me has always been, as long as our effort is there, as long as we are doing our best to get in front of our people and spend time with our people and try to resolve the things that come up from a cultural standpoint and the way people are working and interacting with each other, then you can hold your head up high. And what I don't ever want to get to, and what I push in our organization, is you don't want to be putting your head in the sand or ignoring people or ignoring issues that are occurring. You do your best to solve them. Not every staff is going to see it. Not every staff is going to believe you're doing it. But as long as you know we are doing it, as long as enough people know, the business will move forward and it will carry itself forward in the right manner.
Nice one. Well, thank you so much, Sean. I guess, it's been 30 minutes now. We've touched technology, we've touched the problem solutions, simPRO. We have a lot of clients using simPRO as well. So we wanted to really get the voice of technology systems, field management as well. And I encourage everyone, if you're looking to systematize and really dial into the data, get a better understanding of your attribution, your cost per acquisition, and your quoting, and get the data working for you. Data is the new gold, right?
Yeah.
Data is going to be enable you to make the right decisions and be faster in your business. And simPRO is one of the excellent products that you guys can put in place. So I'll put the link below this video. You can check it out, see if it's right for you, or if it's not right now, it might be right one day when you're scaling up a little bit. So thank you, Sean. Thanks for your time and being a part of the Trades Growth Summit. And I wish you and simPRO continued success.
Well, thank you, Francis. Thank you for having me. And, I love what you're doing for both the trade people, but also in supporting Help for Heroes. And we're glad we could be a small part of it and give a little bit back. Appreciate your time.